Jaheim didn't just leave the music industry, he walked away from a legacy of platinum records, sold-out shows, and a devoted fan base at the peak of his career. Once hailed as the voice of modern R&B with hits like Put That Woman First, Jaheim seemed unstoppable and destined for legendary status. So why did he step back at the peak of his success? Here's the shocking truth. Jaheim's exit wasn't just about fading fame. It was about battles behind the scenes that the industry tried to keep hidden. From personal struggles and legal troubles to controversies that rocked his personal life and an industry that didn't know how to handle his evolution, and even shocking allegations of animal cruelty, Jaheim's story is as heartbreaking as it is eye-opening. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand the real reason Jaheim had to walk away from the industry and what might be next for the man who once defined the sound of modern R&B. For many fans, Jaheim's sudden disappearance from the music industry seemed like another case of an artist fading into irrelevance. After dominating the R&B charts with hits like Fabulous and Put That Woman First, Jaheim appeared to step back from the spotlight without explanation. To outsiders, it looked like a career that peaked early and simply couldn't sustain momentum. But this narrative couldn't be further from the truth. Jaheim's story begins in New Brunswick, New Jersey, where he grew up surrounded by music and hardship. His father passed away when he was just 3 years old, and by the time he was 17, his mother had also tragically passed. These early losses shaped Jaheim's perspective and gave his music a raw, emotional depth that resonated with fans. Raised by his grandparents, who introduced him to gospel and soul, Jaheim's passion for music was deeply rooted in family tradition. His love for singing carried him through tough times, and his undeniable talent caught the attention of music executive KG from Naughty by Nature. Jaheim's debut album, Ghetto Love 2001, was a breakthrough. It combined the soulful sounds of classic R&B with a modern edge, earning him widespread acclaim and a dedicated fan base. His follow-up albums, Still Ghetto and Ghetto Classics, solidified his place as one of the most exciting voices in R&B, with platinum certifications and chart-topping singles. But behind the success, Jaheim's life was far from easy. The challenges of navigating the music industry while carrying the emotional weight of his past began to take a toll. Personal struggles, including legal issues and rumors about his mental health, started to overshadow his accomplishments. The public, however, only saw the surface, a talented artist who seemed to step back for no apparent reason. This misconception that Jaheim simply faded away has persisted, but the reality is far more complicated. His struggles were deeply intertwined with the industry pressures and personal battles that eventually pushed him to leave. Jaheim's story isn't one of irrelevance. It's one of resilience in the face of unimaginable challenges. Jaheim's exit from the music industry wasn't just a quiet retreat, it was the result of mounting pressures, personal struggles, and a growing disillusionment with the very system that had elevated him to fame. At the height of his career, Jaheim was a household name in R&B, known for his smooth vocals, heartfelt lyrics, and an unmistakable authenticity. But behind the scenes, he was fighting battles that few people knew about. Legal troubles were among the first cracks in Jaheim's public image. Over the years, he faced several arrests and legal issues that brought unwanted attention. These incidents painted a picture of a man struggling to balance his personal life with his career. Despite these challenges, Jaheim remained determined to push forward, even building a home studio to maintain his creative independence. However, the weight of these personal struggles began to overshadow his music, making it harder for fans in the industry to separate the artist from the controversies surrounding him. Adding to this were Jaheim's professional challenges. After parting ways with his initial record label, he signed with Atlantic Records, but his later albums failed to match the commercial success of his earlier work. While Jaheim was experimenting with his sound and staying true to his artistry, the music industry was shifting. The rise of digital platforms and changing tastes in R&B made it difficult for him to find the same level of mainstream success he had enjoyed in the early 2000s. But perhaps the most shocking turn in Jaheim's story came in 2021 when he faced animal cruelty charges. Authorities found 15 neglected dogs at his New Jersey home, leading to accusations that shook his already fragile public image. For fans who had admired Jaheim's soul soulful, caring persona, this revelation was difficult to reconcile. The incident raised questions about his mental health and personal circumstances, adding another layer of complexity to his decision to step back from the spotlight. Jaheim's journey also highlights the unforgiving nature of the music industry. As his popularity waned, the support systems that should have helped him navigate his challenges seemed to disappear. The industry that once celebrated his talent appeared to turn its back, leaving him to face his struggles alone. This growing disillusionment with the business side of music, combined with his personal battles, pushed Jaheim to step away from the public eye entirely. What makes Jaheim's story so compelling is that his departure wasn't about irrelevance, it was about survival. His decision to leave the industry wasn't a retreat, but a necessary step to protect himself from the pressures that had taken such a toll on his life and career. Jaheim's story isn't just about one artist stepping away from the spotlight. It's a reflection of the systemic issues that plague the music industry and the immense toll they take on those who dare to carve out their own path. His decision to leave wasn't about a lack of talent or diminishing relevance. It was about fighting against a system that often prioritizes profit over the well-being of its artists. The challenges Jaheim faced, legal troubles, personal struggles, and controversies, didn't happen in a vacuum. They were exacerbated by an industry that thrives on constant output and commercial success, often leaving little room for artists to address their mental health or personal lives. Jaheim's battles were a direct result of the immense pressure to maintain his status as a chart-topping R&B star. When his later albums didn't reach the same commercial heights as his earlier work, the industry's support began to wane, highlighting how quickly artists can be discarded when they're no longer deemed profitable. This cycle isn't unique to Jaheim. It's a pattern we've seen with countless artists, particularly in genres like R&B and hip-hop, where the line between personal authenticity and marketability is constantly blurred. Artists are celebrated for their realness and raw emotion. But when that same vulnerability leads to personal struggles, the industry often turns its back. Jaheim's decision to step away wasn't just a response to his personal challenges. It was a rejection of an industry that failed to support him when he needed it most. The animal cruelty charges in 2021, for example, became a defining moment in Jaheim's public narrative. While the incident shocked fans, it also raised important questions about how the industry and the public treat artists struggling with personal issues. Instead of addressing the root causes of Jaheim's struggles, the focus shifted to sensational headlines, further alienating him from the support he needed. This is emblematic of a larger problem: a lack of accountability within the industry to provide long-term resources and care for the artists it profits from. Jaheim's story also challenges us to rethink what it means to leave the industry. While he may no longer be producing music at the same rate or with the same visibility, his impact on R&B is undeniable. His soulful sound and heartfelt lyrics defined a generation, and his willingness to step back rather than conform to industry demands is a testament to his integrity as an artist. Ultimately, Jaheim's journey is a reminder that success isn't always about staying in the spotlight. For him, stepping away was an act of survival and self-preservation, a way to reclaim control over his life and focus on his well-being. And while his future in music remains uncertain, one thing is clear: Jaheim's story is far from over. Jaheim's decision to step back from the music industry becomes even clearer when you examine the key events that marked his career and the challenges he faced. These moments reveal a pattern of immense talent overshadowed by personal struggles and an unforgiving industry that often left him to fend for himself. Jaheim's debut album, Ghetto Love, wasn't just a commercial success, it was a cultural milestone. Tracks like Just In Case and Could It Be showcased his ability to combine timeless soul with modern R&B, setting him apart as an artist with undeniable staying power. This success brought immense pressure to replicate his achievements, but it also set an expectation that Jaheim felt compelled to meet. The rapid-fire release of Still Ghetto and Ghetto Classics only added to the strain as the industry demanded more hits at a relentless pace. For Jaheim, these early wins came with the hidden cost of never having the time or space to address the personal struggles that had shaped him. As Jaheim's career soared, his personal life became increasingly turbulent. Legal issues, including arrests and probation, began to surface, casting a shadow over his public image. These challenges weren't just isolated incidents. They reflected the mounting pressures he faced as he tried to balance the demands of fame with the unresolved pain of his past. Despite his talent and determination, Jaheim found himself battling forces that threatened to derail everything he had built. After parting ways with his original record label, Jaheim signed with Atlantic Records, hoping for a fresh start. However, his later albums struggled to achieve the same commercial success as his earlier work. While his sound remained soulful and authentic, the changing landscape of R&B, combined with the industry's shift toward younger, trendier artists, made it harder for Jaheim to stay in the spotlight. This decline in sales wasn't just a reflection of his music. It was a symptom of an industry that often discards artists once their peak profitability has passed. The 2021 animal cruelty charges marked a significant turning point in Jaheim's career. Authorities found 15 neglected dogs at his home, leading to widespread criticism and legal repercussions. For many fans, this incident was difficult to reconcile with the soulful, heartfelt artist they had come to admire. While the full story behind the charges remains unclear, the incident highlighted the growing disconnect between Jaheim's public persona and his personal struggles. It also reinforced how quickly the public and the industry can turn on an artist in times of crisis. Despite these challenges, Jaheim's impact on R&B remains undeniable. His early albums continue to be celebrated by fans and are considered classics of the genre. Songs like Put That Woman First and Fabulous still resonate with listeners, reminding them of a time when Jaheim's voice was at the forefront of modern soul music. For all the controversies and challenges, Jaheim's contributions to the genre are a testament to his artistry and the enduring power of his music. Jaheim's story isn't just one of struggles. It's also one of resilience and legacy. His ability to create music that touches the heart, even in the face of personal and professional challenges, speaks to the depth of his talent. And while his career has taken unexpected turns, his influence on R&B will continue to inspire both fans and aspiring artists for years to come. As we dig deeper into Jaheim's story, additional moments and decisions shed light on why he stepped away from the spotlight. These points further highlight the complexity of his journey and the systemic pressures that artists like him face. One of Jaheim's defining traits as an artist was his willingness to stay true to his soulful roots while experimenting with modern sounds. However, this balancing act often placed him at odds with industry expectations. His early success was built on a blend of traditional R&B with contemporary elements, but as trends shifted toward a more pop-infused or trap-heavy sound, Jaheim's style didn't always align with what record labels wanted. Instead of chasing fleeting trends, Jaheim remained authentic, a choice that endeared him to loyal fans, but also isolated him in an industry obsessed with the next big thing. Maintaining a career in the music industry isn't just about talent. It's also about managing the financial and emotional toll of constant pressure. Jaheim's home studio, which he built to maintain creative control, symbolized his desire to chart his own path. However, the declining commercial success of his later albums likely made it difficult to sustain the same level of production and promotion. Add to that the financial and emotional costs of legal battles and personal controversies, and it becomes clear how these factors could weigh heavily on an artist already facing immense challenges. Fame can be as isolating as it is rewarding, especially for artists like Jaheim, who entered the industry with deep personal wounds. Losing both parents at a young age left him with unresolved grief, and the demands of fame only compounded this. In interviews, Jaheim has alluded to feeling misunderstood and disconnected from the very industry that once celebrated him. This sense of isolation likely contributed to his decision to step back, as he sought to prioritize his mental health and personal well-being over the relentless grind of the spotlight. Despite the controversies surrounding him, Jaheim's resilience stands out. The animal cruelty charges in 2021 were a low point, but they also served as a reminder of the immense pressures he faced behind closed doors. While the incident drew criticism, it also sparked conversations about the importance of mental health and the lack of resources available to artists dealing with personal crises. Jaheim's struggles, though public, mirror the challenges many artists face in silence. Even as Jaheim stepped back from the industry, his connection to his fans remained strong. Loyal supporters continue to celebrate his music, sharing memories of how his songs shaped their lives and resonated with their own experiences. Jaheim's music has become a bridge between eras, reminding listeners of a time when R&B was defined by raw emotion and authenticity. For many, his absence from the industry feels less like a departure and more like a pause, one they hope will end with a triumphant return. At 45, Jaheim's story is far from over. While his future in music remains uncertain, his legacy as an R&B icon continues to grow. Fans remain optimistic that Jaheim can channel his struggles into a powerful comeback, reclaiming his place as one of the most authentic voices in modern soul. His story serves as a reminder that talent and resilience often endure, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Jaheim's journey is a testament to the challenges artists face behind the scenes and the strength it takes to navigate those pressures. His struggles, though deeply personal, reflect broader systemic issues within the music industry, making his story both unique and universal. His story continues to offer compelling insights into the struggles faced by artists and the resilience required to navigate a complex and often unforgiving industry. Examining additional aspects of his journey reveals a man deeply connected to his craft, but equally impacted by personal challenges and public perception. Jaheim's refusal to compromise his artistry for mainstream trends speaks volumes about his integrity. While many R&B artists shifted toward more pop-oriented or trap-influenced sounds in the 2010s, Jaheim remained committed to his soulful roots. Albums like Appreciation Day showcased his dedication to creating music that resonated emotionally, even if it didn't dominate the charts. This artistic consistency earned him the respect of loyal fans, but may have alienated an industry increasingly focused on commercial viability over authenticity. In addition to his music, Jaheim explored other creative outlets, including modeling and acting. He reportedly worked on a Paramount movie that, for unknown reasons, was never released. These ventures represented Jaheim's effort to expand his presence beyond music, but the setbacks he faced highlight how challenging it can be for artists to reinvent themselves. The unreleased film also underscores the unpredictability of the entertainment industry, where even promising projects can fall apart, leaving artists in limbo. Jaheim's career coincided with a broader shift in the music industry that saw traditional R&B losing prominence in mainstream markets. The genre, once a dominant force, faced declining radio play and industry investment as other styles rose to the forefront. For artists like Jaheim, this shift posed a significant challenge. His music continued to resonate with fans who cherished the genre, but the reduced industry support made it harder for him to reach new audiences. This decline wasn't about Jaheim's talent, it was about an industry moving away from the sound he represented. In the later years of his career, Jaheim's relationship with social media became a double-edged sword. While platforms like Instagram and Twitter offered him a way to connect with fans directly, they also exposed him to public scrutiny. His veganism, for example, sparked debates about his health and lifestyle, with fans and critics alike weighing in. Social media amplified the controversies surrounding him, including the animal cruelty charges, making it harder for Jaheim to control his narrative and focus on his music. The animal cruelty charges in 2021 were a pivotal moment that damaged Jaheim's public image. Authorities found 15 neglected dogs at his New Jersey home, and the incident quickly became headline news. While the full details of the case remain unclear, the charges raised questions about Jaheim's personal circumstances and mental health. For fans, it was a stark departure from the image of the soulful, compassionate artist they admired. However, this moment also highlighted the importance of understanding the pressures and struggles that artists face behind the scenes. Despite the controversies and setbacks, Jaheim's music remains a cherished part of R&B's golden era. Songs like Put That Woman First and Just in Case continue to evoke nostalgia and admiration, reminding fans of the emotional depth and authenticity he brought to the genre. For many, Jaheim's contributions to R&B are timeless, and his story serves as a reminder of the enduring power of music to connect with audiences, even amid personal and professional challenges. Jaheim's journey is a complex blend of triumph and adversity. His ability to create deeply moving music while navigating immense personal struggles is a testament to his strength and authenticity. Though his career took an unexpected turn, his impact on R&B remains undeniable, and his legacy continues to inspire those who appreciate artistry that comes from the soul. Jaheim's story is one of immense talent, unwavering authenticity, and the harsh realities of fame. From his meteoric rise with Ghetto Love to his struggles with legal issues, controversies, and personal battles, his journey reflects both the triumphs and challenges of life in the music industry. It's a story that goes beyond the music, delving into the resilience it takes to survive in a world that often prioritizes profit over people. Despite the setbacks and the controversies, Jaheim's contributions to R&B remain a vital part of the genre's history. His ability to blend heartfelt lyrics with soulful melodies created songs that continue to resonate with fans years after their release. Tracks like Put That Woman First and Fabulous are more than just hits. They're reminders of a time when R&B was at its most raw and emotional. While Jaheim's future in music remains uncertain, his legacy is far from forgotten. Fans still hold on to hope that he will one day return to the stage, not as the Jaheim of the past, but as a reinvented artist ready to share his truth once more. In a world that often dismisses artists who step away, Jaheim's story is a reminder of the importance of giving space for recovery, reinvention, and redemption. Ultimately, Jaheim's journey is a reflection of the human experience, one of triumphs, challenges, and the ongoing fight to find purpose and peace. Whether or not he returns to the spotlight, his music and story will continue to inspire, serving as a testament to the power of authenticity in an industry that too often demands conformity. If you found Jaheim's story as inspiring and thought-provoking as we have, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. What's your favorite Jaheim song, and do you think he'll make a comeback? Let us know, and stay tuned for more untold stories about the legends who've shaped our world.